Thank you.
It doesn't.
We were doing is like, you try your own strategy for getting everyone's attention. Okay, so just for a couple minutes here, we want to unpack this a little bit and get your thoughts. What were your initial thoughts? Does anyone want to share their initial thoughts about this?
I am very appalled at BMCC's low GPA.
That is wrong.
Johnny, it's okay to be better than Megger.
But what are reasons for certain GPAs? It might come out if you look at figure 2. So we talked about it up here, but first in the back.
4 years
Pardon me?
4 years have more support.
More support academically, maybe at the 4-year colleges. Go ahead.
It's really competitive to get to a 4-year school. They only accept the best students, and the rest of the community colleges.
So students might have stronger academic records going in at the seniors. Yeah.
We brought up the question that maybe does the average college student do something else besides school? So like they don't only do school, they have like work or something.
So you're talking about what are reasons for
Yeah.
these GPAs, right? That's what we're all talking about here. Let's look at that second question, and I think it'll come back to what we were just talking about. Is it important?
Yes.
And what's the evidence on this about its importance for college and career success? Which figure does that? Which one? Figure 5?
Eric, can I ask a clarifying question?
Yeah,
am I correct that at the 4 years you cannot enter with remedial needs?
Correct.
So there is no remediation for 4 years.
So one of the things that we talked about up here was, does someone want to say that when we were looking at figure 2 and the zero GPA, what was the possible reasons for that?
They dropped out of remedial classes.
One more time?
They dropped out of the classes.
They could drop out, or if they're taking remedial courses, they won't get a GPA for that, even though they're earning credits. So one of the reasons for why BMCC might have below a 2.0 could be that many students are taking remedial courses.
And in all fairness, BMCC does have quite a double more than most community colleges in terms of student. So I guess you can say the more students we have, the less likely of us to have a higher GPA.
I'm not sure if that's true, but I don't know. It's a hypothesis, right? You could probably go to the data and find that out.
I don't know.
Statistically,
It's
it
an
might not be true.
Yeah, but typically we have, like, for example, we have like 1/3. Hostos is, for example, I'd say 1/3 of what we have at BMCC. So
The number of students, even
But
probably
statistically that means that it's harder for them to get higher because they have fewer students.
Well,
so it could work the other way.
well, no. If you're greater in numbers, it's harder to bring.
So I will tell you that Hostos, given the size, the number of students that they're looking at is large enough that any differences are in performance. It's not, like, they would be statistically similar because it is so large. I know what you're talking about. If you had an N of 12, then one student would make a big difference, but you're still talking about 7,000 students or so at Hostos. But let's stay on that then. If you look at BMCC, we'll just pick on BMCC as our host here. What are the consequences of that average grade point? I think it says in the second chart what the average GPA is at associate degrees, right? What is that? 2.04. Okay, so what happens if you're under a 2.0 at our colleges?
Probation.
You can go on probation, it can affect your financial aid, right? So on average, associate degree students at CUNY are hovering around 2.0, and so, you know, they're in a pretty precarious position. And how many of you know students, classmates who, you know, were struggling with that around GPA and the effects that it had on them when they were,
Oh no, yes, it's true.
Yeah, it's true, right? And we know that's true because we see all kinds of holds that are put on students when they're trying to register, and we know that the impact that it has on students in terms of making adequate progress so they can get their financial aid. Anything else that you want me to talk about that you would just want to highlight from this? That last figure on the back page to me is actually, you know, pretty stunning. It shows you that fewer than Yeah, it looks like about 2% of students who had a 0 GPA in their first semester ever earned an associate's degree after 3 years. Right? So we wanted to show you these data to just first give you a glimpse into some of the things that we look at programmatically as we're trying to understand what we do. And also use this as a transition to the folks from Cypress Hills when thinking about knowing what you know now about GPA in the first semester, how might that influence some of the activities or the kinds of outreach that you're doing with your caseload in those first 21 days?
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Thank you. Hi guys. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? Good. Good. Do we need to introduce ourselves or?
Yeah.
Yeah? Cool. I'm Lawrence. I work at Cypress Hills Local Development Corporation, and I'm really excited to be with you guys. I love you all already. Yay!
I'm Maggie. I also work at Cypress Hills, yeah, I'm also really excited to be here.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Kaylina. I work with Cypress Hills and all of them, and I'll be working closely with BMCC.
Hey y'all, Andrew Santiago in the house. What up, what up, what up? Yes, hi! I'm a college persistence counselor. I work with these wonderful folks. I'm going to be focusing on helping students at City Tech, Medgar, a couple other schools.
Yes,
but City Tech in the building. Holla at you, boy!
Andrew, what's your relationship to BMCC?
Oh, I'm an alum of BMCC. I started here and I went everywhere. I literally had my first college class on this floor, like 2 doors down. The first one. Got my first A on a paper in that class.
How do I top that? Okay, guys.
Oh, sorry.
Hi, guys. My name is Raimi. I work with Cypress Hills as a college coach. This is going to be my 2nd year as a college coach, and I work with LaGuardia Community College students.
Can you say what a college coach is? Sorry.
A college coach is almost like you guys. It's like a peer mentor, and I help them with financial aid, anything that they need. So yeah.
If anyone is working at LaGuardia and you're lucky enough to see Raimi walking down the hall, she has all the answers. So.
Call her up.
Yeah, right.
No, for sure. Yeah, so one of the things that we are going to be talking about today is kind of why students are more likely to just fall through the cracks, right? And what we want to do is, you guys are going to be alleviating a lot of that, right? Helping out students, giving them that support. But the thing is that you guys need to kind of know what to do, right? And so let's kind of think about when are kind of peak periods when students can kind of just stumble, right? Or drop out, right? Or not even start. So let's kind of think about certain periods. So the first thing, what we call kind of summer melt. So you just got accepted, right? You got accepted to BMCC. Ooh, got an acceptance letter, right? Or that email, right? Is it done? Is it over? No. You have all these things you have to do, right?
Yeah.
Does everybody do all those things? Like, do they do every single step that needs to happen? No, right? So what happens? You start that fall? A lot of students don't, right? So they get accepted, but they don't even get to the classroom in August, right? Like, that doesn't happen. We call that summer melt, right? So that's one real, like, big period of time when, like, students just don't start. Then, let's kind of go a little further. You make it. You make it in, like, the first day. You're in that seat. You make it. You get it, right? Then something happens in those first 21 days. Oh, no. Those first 21 days of the semester, where things can kind of just go wrong, right? What do I do? Right? You say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go and rate my professor, and I'm on there, and the professor I signed up for, they say he's a hard grader. Oh no! What? What is this? What do? I drop it. I drop the class. Oh no! But it's 3 days after the last day you were supposed to drop, and then what happens? What happens? You just drop the class. What happens after that?
You get a bad grade. You drop the class. Now you're a part-time student.
And
your financial aid decreases.
You're already so good.
Right?
No money, Jack.
That's one thing, right? That's from just literally going on Rate My Professor, being like, oh my gosh, I have a hard grader, dropping the class. And then all those bad things can happen, right? Then It could be like, hey, you know what? I got cold feet. I don't know if I'm ready. I'm gonna just leave, right? And I'm not gonna tell anybody. I'm still registered for everything. I'm just not gonna tell anybody. I leave, right? What happens? You get a bunch of bad stuff that happens, right? And is it just that it just stays on your transcript, or is it gonna start affecting your pocket? The pocket, right? Let's say you get full financial aid, right? Let's say you get full financial aid, which means that you need money in the first place, right? But you didn't go, and now they're saying, hey, that empty pocket, we want that negative money now, right? Because you don't even have it in the first place. So they're talking about imaginary money, right? That's the worst feeling in the world. So these are the things that you're gonna have to really be thinking about, right? And these are the things that we're gonna be doing today in the first 21 days. And then of course there are other like peak periods where students are kind of like stumbling, right? Between semesters, midterms. Woo! Who said that? Who went, right? Right? When you get that first bad grade and there's something you're just like, oh man, I don't know if I'm ready, right? And you make those decisions that can affect your future, right? And that investment that a lot of these students and all of you are making in your education, right?
That's right.
So we're going to really look at the first 21 days and we're going to talk about how to be preventative and also how to connect students to resources. And the way we're going to do that is through a guy named Ben.
We're going to show you a little video right now.
It's a true account. It's an actual account of the first 21 days.
Actually a documentary. It's a documentary.
Just to get you guys to remember, because I know you guys are all professionals now, and you probably don't remember how hard it was.
Don't fall asleep.
Don't fall asleep. You won't. You won't. It's impossible.
The sound is a little bit iffy, but just go with it.
Let's try to make it. Okay. Not bad at all.
Oh no.
Oh, sound check.
Oh no, it's right there. It's right there. I think it's on low.
No, it's the highest.
Oh, it's the other way around. Wait.
What about the volume on the computer?
Volume on the computer?
There should be a volume control on the
Let's jump.
projector
Everybody
itself.
try to jump.
Is it wearing the same thing you wore yesterday?
Technical difficulty.
Yes.
There should be a volume control.
Who was that IT major?
Wire behind the computer. That's for the audio. To the computer.
Okay.
Is this one? Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
Let's see if
Start
it.
the top. Good sound.
Alright, let's make sure this sound is good.
Is it this one?
Oh.
Make sure that one has the volume to the top with the headphones on.
Are you sure? Oh no.
I think you should go up.
Well, it's the same wire. It's the one connected here.
Save us, IT man. Check man.
Guys, while we're waiting for this, can anyone talk about, does anyone want to talk a little bit about maybe one of the mistakes they made in the first 21 days when they were here? Like the first week of school?
Great question.
Or something that was really confusing? Because we have a lot of the same ones. Yeah, go ahead.
My first semester, I left for an emergency for a week without letting my professors know, so my GPA dropped from a 4.0 to a 2.0.
No,
On my first semester for one class.
You don't know to tell your professors, right, if something comes up. Anything else? Did anyone, like, go to their class and it was moved? That happened? Like, you go to the door and then, like, your professor's just like, oh, it's not here, it's somewhere else. They don't show up.
My second semester, the class I registered for, they canceled it.
At the last minute?
Yeah, and it was like 2 days before the class, so I was like struggling to find another class.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. What other things are there? Anyone else? Did anyone else raise their hand and ask the professor if they could go to the bathroom in the middle of class? Because that's what you do in high school? Yeah, that's not cool. That's a little bit embarrassing. That can feel awkward, especially when you're in a new place. You don't want to be the guy that, like, talks about going to the bathroom. You don't have to anymore. Anything else? Did anyone have any trouble with their financial aid? Yeah, all the time? Did anyone not have trouble with their financial aid in the first semester? Excellent. You guys, nice.
Coming to them.
You guys That's great. Yeah. So while you're thinking thinking about just going back to those first 21 days yourself, you want to think about like what was it, who was it that helped you? So did anyone go anywhere and ask for help in an office? They didn't know where they were supposed to go? They don't have anyone help them. Maybe they went back to their, wherever you're working for right now and asked your college counselor for help. Maybe you had a friend. Maybe somebody was there for you. Does anyone remember anyone that was there for them that helped them? The academic advisement? Sorry?
Future Now.
Future Now? What's that?
It's like a GED program that helps students that are transitioning from high school or GED into college.
And what did you ask them for help with?
With everything. They help you with tutoring, they help you with financial aid, they help you with like how to order books, how to cope with nutrition.
That's great. Anybody else go anywhere for help? Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry? Seek? What did you go to help for? Does anyone not know what Seek is? I'm going to assume everyone does at this point of the week.
That was in our campus vocab yesterday, right? It's CDC, remember?
Yeah. College Discovery.
It's like College Discovery, same thing. So what did Seek help you with in particular?
Pretty much everything.
Okay, what about in particular? Give one example.
They help you register for classes, financial aid, anything that I needed help with.
Okay, and how did it feel? You felt a little more secure afterwards, right?
Yeah.
What else? Anybody else? Yes. Oh, your bottom line success counselor. Full circle. What did you? Do you remember the first time you talked to her? What you guys were talking about?
Like finance and process.
I've heard something.
Process something out of high school. Like I have no idea how that works.
Yes. A million questions, looking at confusing forms, right? She helped you. And now you're here. This is a big circle, guys. Awesome.
It was about to give up hope.
Cool. We good?
No, I think it has to be back on the.
Whatever you did, do it again, but like better.
Yeah, whatever that thing is.
That one, but like good.
Just the whole way.
Or like the right way.
The right way.
Yeah, just connect.
Oh, it's just making it sound consistent.
Yeah.
Got it.
No, it's just a connection sound.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
we might have to come back.
We'll have to come back to
as
Billy.
a break. Billy will come back in at some other point.
All right. So what we're gonna do right now is divide the room into 3 different offices where you can find help in your first semester, in your first 21 days, right? So everybody was talking about financial aid, and that was really helpful, right? Needing help with their financial aid. So we're gonna have a financial aid office. We were talking about registering for classes and the things that can go wrong in registering for classes. So we're going to have a registrar's office, which is like an old school office that you used to go to before there was Be First, but basically like Be First office. And then we're also going to have the coach office, or the SSL office. So what's her name? So Maria was saying that she found help from her SSL, which is so cool. You guys are all going to be super helpful, and we're going to just have a little check-in session about things that you guys can help as SSLs with. So we'll be pointing students in the direction of financial aid office and registering through registrar. And we also are going to think about the things that you as coaches should be thinking about when your students come to you in the first 21 days. So, everybody, you're working as a unit. I'm sure it's been 3 days working closely together. Let's see if we can quickly and efficiently make 3 semicircles of chairs. One in the back here, one over here, and then one in the front here. Okay?
Awesome. Do it. We're gonna make like art. Oh boy. There's gonna be art here.
Alright, all in, guys. So one arc is going to be here, one is
One arc here. Kind of like that. Perfect. Do a semicircle. I'm gonna do that right over here, and I don't want to past you. So if you can, yeah, exactly. Come here a little bit. Right here. Perfect.
Hey, if this were like corn, you just turn their chairs towards me.
Yeah, you're going to face the answer over
Turn them around. Make like a semicircle.
Perfect. Alright, boys, I'm gonna go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
over here, so this class, you guys are going to
Yeah, I was coming the majority of this.
Might be really hard.
Right. Well, if anything, I'm not gonna be